Hi everyone, welcome to LectoraLive, your inside track into Lectora. And we're going to start in a couple minutes. This is our pre-show, and in the middle, in our, let's see, he is in the middle. In our position of honor is Renee Morgan, also known affectionately as Morgan El Pirata, or Morgan the Pirate, because he's related to Henry Morgan, the famous pirate from the Caribbean back when.
Well, so my grandfather says.
That's what he says. It's a great story. Stick with it.
Yeah. And this explains the wooden leg or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So let's go through these shots real quickly, and we'll be starting the show recording really soon. So, my shot there. This is Renee. And we have, well, wait a minute. Yep. Okay, then Renee's here. That's the Renee and Sergey side. And you guys all know Sergey. He is the creator of Branch Track. He's going to be co-hosting with us, and he's coming to that today live from Latvia.
Hey, everyone.
We're almost there, and again, this is our studio shot from the back. So we're going to start.
This is a nice angle you have there.
Yeah, it's just right behind us.
Yeah.
Probably about 10 feet, and so we're going to start from this shot. Let's see, this one is, yeah. So we'll start from this shot here. Get back to there, and let's queue up a couple of things here, and just so you know, we have a couple of websites, and so I'm going to queue up our intro there. And
this is way too professional.
It's fun. It's fun. And so we can start the show recording. You ready? You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's start the show recording in 3, 2, and 1. Hi, everyone. Welcome to LectoraLive, your inside track into Lectora, and we are live right now. We're recording and we're live. I'm Rick Zanotti, and I'm joined today by our co-host and good friend, Sergey Snegarev from Branch Track. How you doing, Sergey?
Hey, everyone. I'm doing great. You?
I am doing really well. You know, last week we had some problems with Skype kind of all the way around, and we got our Skype upgraded. It's just a little upgrade, but it seemed to fix the issue we were having, and we're ready to go. Let's run the intro, and then we'll introduce our guest, who's very well known in our community. Here we go. And we are back, and we've just been joined by someone right in that middle position, and that would be Rene Morgan. He is the UI, user interface, and user experience designer for Trivantis and the Lectora product. And I think you're doing Lectora Online?
Yes, all products.
All products.
Hello, everyone.
So Renee, well, we were talking pre-show, but Renee has a famous, or maybe a famous, but we're going with the story. We love it. Henry Morgan, the pirate. That was his, what, great-grandfather?
My grandfather says so.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll
Yeah.
stick to that story.
We're sticking to it. It's a great story, and we were joking with him. Were you from Guatemala or Honduras originally?
No, Honduras.
Honduras.
Central America. Yep.
And
yep.
And Henry Morgan made it around. He was a great.
Right.
He was actually a very good pirate. And what he did, he
Right.
wasn't really a pirate originally, but he became one when he got
Right.
captured by the bad pirates. So,
Right.
and then he beat them. But it was
actually a buccaneer, right? And it later became a governor of Jamaica or something
Yep.
like that. So
Yep.
yeah.
It's a cool story. Actually, there's a
Cool guy.
movie on it by Steve Reeves, the original
Right.
Hercules back in the late 50s. And this might have been in the early 60s. The movie was called Morgan the Pirate. So because he's from Honduras, we call him Morgan el Pirata, which is Spanish.
That's right.
But either way, you are our favorite pirate, and we are
Thank
glad
you.
to see you. And you're doing a great job. You've been really busy with a lot of UI changes and design.
Oh yeah.
Sergey, do you have any questions for Renee to start out?
Well, I just wanted to say that you can really see how far Lectora has, and Trivantis as a whole has moved in the past, about a year, maybe a year and a half.
Right.
You can see how the website has changed radically. The new community has been introduced and replaced the nice but really old forums that were there. You can see how the software got upgraded. You can see how Lectora Online is changing to really look like a real online modern system and not kind of a copy of a desktop software anymore. You can also see how Lectora is changing icons here and there. The new splash screen is there, so it's really keeping up with the times. So I don't know how much of that is Renee's fault, but it's really great to see that progress, because with all the power that we know about Lectora, with all the versatility and all the developer thingies, the looks, they still matter. So I'm really happy to see how Lectora is progressing. So tell
Absolutely.
us, has it been like a conscious effort with a certain target? Is there anything else for us to expect on that front?
Yeah, I mean, we've done a lot of work. Actually, in April, it would be my third year with the company, and since day one, man, I've been really just taking everything in, all the products, literally taking all the stuff that we've produced and just going, product by product, and what needs to be updated, what needs to be cleaned up, what needs to be enhanced, etc. So we've done a tremendous amount of work over the years. When it comes to our products, Lectora Online, Lectora Desktop, Review Link, Course Mill, and such, we make a very conscious effort to definitely at least try to, keep up with the times, keep it up, fresh and clean every year or so. Over the years, we've improved as you mentioned, we improved the UI, the colors, the icons. That has had a tremendous impact with the way our product is viewed. So, we feel very, very privileged, very proud to be part of this, all these products. So.
Yeah, and it's a great team, and you've done actually a really good job with the UI. I know I'm always complaining about UI issues, usually readability. A lot of UIs.
Sure.
I'll give you an example. Like, for example, one of your competitors, like Storyline. Storyline is a cute product, but the UI is really hard to read. Everything is like 5%.
Right.
On 100%, contrast versus 5%. So, and they're copying what Microsoft did, which was bad. I always wonder, why are you copying something nobody else can read? I have heard
Right.
more people complain about like Office that they can't read it well. I'm one of them. And I know a lot of people who just go, and usually the key is they're over 40. And so that's when the eyes get a little worse or a lot worse.
Right.
And contrast is important. And one thing I noticed in Lectora 17, both the online and the desktop, is that they've added a lot more. It's more readable, definitely more readable, just easier to spot things. And you did some reorganization. Things seem cleaner now, easier to
Right.
get to, less having to punch around and click and look for things.
Right. Well, it's funny, Rick, because in order to get to that point where the product is released, is ready to be put out into the world, to get to that point, it was literally trial by fire, the beginning, right? And we just iterated, we debated, we thought, oh, this should be here, no, it should be over there. So that's part of the process, part of the creative process. And so we've made a conscious effort to reach out to our users, see, hey, what do you think about this color? What do you think about this particular UI? I'm talking about the lab members, which we gain a lot of insight from. You're being one of them, Rick, right?
Well, both Sergey and I are in the lab. And,
right, okay.
And for those who don't know, the lab is the Lectora Advisory Board, and they torture us. They really make us work hard. But no, it's actually a lot of fun.
I remember you reached out, asked my opinion about the icons. I gave you the full story. You didn't follow any of my advice, but it's still great.
Well, that's part of it, right? That's part of the creative process, and we make the call. Ultimately, at the end of the day, we have to come out. We just want the best product out there. That's all we care about. And sometimes it shows. So at that point we realize, okay, we did a good job. So, and we don't stop there, right? We don't just stop there just because this, we come out with this brilliant product. We have to go back to it. Lessons learned. What can we improve? What can we do better? And that's it. That's where it's at.
What are some of the trends? Go ahead, Sergey.
No, I just want to ask. So, what is the kind of next big area or next big product for the overhaul? So, obviously, you've done a lot in 3 years. So, what would be the next area that you will turn your attention to?
Oh boy, that's a good one. See all these pages that I have here. With a long list of things that we definitely want to improve in our product, across the board. The next area, I would say, let's see, just look at January, for example. Let's see. Let's see, December. Yeah, we've covered a lot of ground. Some of the things that we want to do, that's been talked about, is creating this sort of portal, and basically this portal would allow, because right now our products are sort of in their own universe, right? And so we want to bring all these products under one big umbrella. Of course, you're looking at the Trivantis website right now. You can actually look at all our products, but we're thinking about creating this sort of portal site where you can pretty much do everything. Whether you want to buy our products, find more information, contact customer support, get our answers from their knowledge base from the Trivantis community. So pretty much everything will be sort of under that sort of portal. So that's one big thing that we're definitely want to do. Another thing is, let's see, another big one is, actually, we want to, create more. Another area that we're want to do, right, is revamp the Course Mill website, and also we're in the midst of releasing a Course Mill mobile.
Interesting.
So that's going to be another big thing. That's what I'm working on right now. Actually, that's I've been head over heels with this new Course Mill mobile, and we're doing some really tremendous work there. Our product manager, our product director, Alfredo Ferreira, he's doing really tremendous work with that, and building out the entire new interfaces, the back end, the front end, that's some of the things that we're working on. Just been really busy. And like I said before, all of our products, we want to definitely improve. We release Lectora Desktop 17, and 17.1 out now. So there's actually more stuff coming. So you'll be seeing a lot more of that. And of course, Lectora Online 4.0 will be coming in before LUC. So you should be seeing a lot of good changes there for Lectora Online.
One of the things I love about Lectora Online is half the time I have to think twice. Am I on desktop or online? It's really that.
That's actually a conscious decision, right? You want to make it really seamless, right?
Yeah, it is, and it's fast. I think it's really fast. The way you guys are are programming it, and really the look and feel is clean. It's really
Yep.
nice. And we're thinking
you.
internally of just going strictly online. So we may. What do you use, Sergey? Are you more online or are you more desktop now?
Am I a more online person? Yeah, I'm definitely a big believer in cloud-based and browser-based tools. But well, I don't really develop a lot of courses in Lectora, so I'm not the right person to talk about it. But the team in my company who build courses, I think they mostly work on desktop still, because it's just a little bit more maybe a little bit more convenient. Maybe the shortcuts are there. Maybe they have this warm fuzzy feeling of being able to save their files on on their own hard drive, not in the cloud, and so on, and not risk, when the internet goes down, not to be left without ability to work and so on. But generally, I think what should happen is, and I keep saying this in every show, that there should be a convergence between the desktop and the online version. So I should be able to use my desktop application to edit the files that are online, and likewise I should be able to seamlessly move files between the online and desktop versions. And even when I'm paying for Lectora, when I'm buying a license, I should just get both products in one. Like, whatever you want to use, whatever suits your use case, just go ahead and use it. You're paying us X amount of money per year, just go ahead and do it. I think that's the future for Lectora, as soon as there's the feature parity, meaning that 100% of features which are on desktop are in online, and vice versa. And it's funny, because both versions have some things that I really, really like about them. For example, online, it has an excellent editor for JavaScript. We use a lot of JavaScript in courses, and online has this nice pop-up window which has syntaxes highlight, so that you can see code better. It has a nicer font. You can copy and paste stuff easily. Tabbing works, and so on. It's an excellent code editor built right into Lectora, but it's only available on online. And in desktop, we still have to make do with a very simplistic editor, which is primarily I have to just refer to a certain file which contains external JavaScript, and then I use my Sublime text editor to. Sublime is not the quality, Sublime is the name of the editor, to actually edit those files outside of Lectora. So that's one up for Lectora Online, but also desktop has a few good features, but Lectora Online is catching up. So as soon as there's feature parity, I would expect both products to be very much interchangeable based on what you're really trying to achieve. That would be kind of the ideal situation for me.
And they are getting closer to parity. It's really starting to be less obvious, at least on some things. Now, Renee, how did you wind up getting into UI design? And tell us the difference, because a lot of people get this very confused between UI and UX.
Well, it's so funny because it's actually very easy to understand, right? I was just having lunch today at, I went to Publix and got some soup, and it occurred to me that, the best way to explain UI UX is, with a bowl and a spoon. So this would be your UI right here, and this would be your UX. That's it. It's very simple, right? It's very simple to differentiate between the two. The spoon, you obviously, you're using it to, it could be a plastic, whatever, as long as it has this sort of form factor. A spoon, everybody knows this, right? You put it in the bowl and you put it in your mouth. And then the UX. This is the UX. This is where you put in the bowl. This is what your satisfaction, right? The soup that you're eating with so they're symbiotic, right? UI UX, they're symbiotic. So I think that's the best way to explain UI UX, really, and that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah, because a lot of people get confused when they hear UI UX. User interface and user experience are tied together, because if you have a good UI, your user experience will be good. But it ties to so much else too, because a lot of people use UX totally incorrectly as UI, and that's something we see all the time and go, no, UX is really your experience. are you happy with something? Do you like it?
Right.
And that bowl of cereal or soup or whatever.
Right.
Well, it's as it's going in. Do you like it? Is it good? That's your UX. You're right. It's
that's your UX right there. Yep, absolutely.
And how did you wind up getting into that? Now, were you a computer science major?
Yes, I went to school for computer science. Actually, the way I got into actually, it's so funny. If I had to do it all over again, I would have gone for design or architecture or something along those lines.
Yeah.
But I actually worked with computers all my life since I was little. My dad was a total tinkerer, a geek, so I picked up a lot of that sort of skills from my dad. I went for school for computer science, and the way I wind up with design was actually when I was working at a newspaper. I would actually hang out a lot at the newsroom, and something occurred to me, like the guys that were putting the paper together, the layouts and all that. I just fell in love with that stuff, and I learned so much from them, in the newspaper business, the typography, the leading, the kerning, all these different all this lingo. And I just fell in love with that. I realized, I just became more, design became very natural to me, I guess, And then after that, of course, when I was working at the newspaper, I was in the IT department, building the website, the database stuff. But then I worked for a lot of ad agencies in New York, and then working with some really top ad agencies. I learned a lot from the designers there. I came in as a front-end engineer, but I just fell in love with the whole the art, the science, the engineering behind design, and I just went from there. I just started picking up all these skills. When you're a front-end developer, again, you talk about the symbiotic, relationship between design and technical skills. They merge, right? So you have HTML, JS, CSS. They merge. So if so I found myself very becoming very quickly becoming very. I found myself really just realizing that, okay, I can actually do design, and I can just create my own mock-ups, and then translate that into a functional website, So that's how I sort of got into it,
It's interesting. You got into it sort of like I did.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I was in journalism and a page editor. This is when they were just starting to do electronic, but I also liked drawing when I was younger. And I liked design. I didn't know that much about design, but I liked it. As I got older, I took courses and learned much more. And then I became not a computer science major. I was a business admin with a minor in IT or information systems. I was a programmer for many years. But the same thing, that combination of the technical with, and I also wanted to be an architect later. If I had started over again, I probably would have gone into architecture or medicine, go figure. But yeah, I like that whole thing where you can mix design and the technical part of it, and that automatically creates that better experience for the end user. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun.
It's a lot of trial and error, because you learn a lot, from your mistakes, and you learn from, talking to other people, visiting a lot of websites, checking out journals, see what's out there, what's the trend. So, you have to keep yourself sort of updated, I guess, or with the times or whatever. But yeah, definitely, it's fun. It's all fun.
So I had a question, or question/request, maybe, Renee. For every Lectora user that is out there, there are probably 10,000 people who are actually consuming the courses that person builds. And while it's like super important to create a nice working environment, the UX for the people who build it, it's also kind of important to let them build something beautiful for the users. And I know that well, I don't have the statistics obviously, but I assume that most companies use their own templates, and they are designed in their own brand colors and then layouts and whatnot. But also there's a whole library of templates which are built right into Lectora. And sometimes they're very handy if you need to whip up something real quick or you're demoing to someone. And I looked at them, and some of them look a little bit dated. And I think that maybe it's time for the overhaul. In that very long list of yours, is there a line which says, templates?
Yep, absolutely. You brought a good point. That's something that when I started, I sort of immediately jumped at like, oh, okay, this is a little dated. Like maybe, but there's two answers to that really. One is that the users sort of, they're accustomed or they're sort of used to this particular template, and the other one is okay, either we get rid of these templates or we upgrade these templates. That's something we always talk about. We definitely need to. We're definitely in the process of updating all these templates as well as the themes, right? So if you look at the latest Lectora, there's about 20 plus themes that I created. So you can actually see it, like the differences, right? Okay, so this theme is like, from 2004 or whatever, and this theme is, you can tell the difference, that this is a much newer, fresh, design. But yeah, that's something we want to improve, and we're still trying to figure out whether to get rid of them entirely or, update them some way or another. So that's the short answer for that.
Maybe you could run a contest on the community so that people submit and you include like top 3 of them and get rid of the rest.
That's a good idea.
You don't need to maintain all of that.
Have you ever tried doing a contest where people donate templates or themes and they can incorporate those maybe into Lectora too?
That's a good idea.
Choose one or two. That means, let's say you get 100 themes and you choose one or two, and those people get recognized for that. Could be fun.
Yep. The other thing also is funny. Talking about themes, we also created this objects. New. What do you call it? Go from 1, 2, 3. The I forget the name. So the different ideas for Okay, so if it's a pawn, a knight into a queen, so different iconography for in the Lectora product. That's something we also went back to the drawing board and started creating new icons for those. To improve it, to improve. So when you come into the new releases, you come and use it and use the icons. Say, oh, this is new. I want to use this, And of course, on top of that, Daryl Fleary, our product manager, we sit down and I sort of create ideas. So okay, so for this particular icon set, we can maybe hospital could use it, or this particular icon set, an engineer could use it, and so forth, teacher, etc. So we just throw ideas. Transportation, the sort of theming.
That's great. Now, there's another thing you do. You are also the official photographer and videographer over there.
Well, self-appointed, really.
Self-appointed. Well, that's one way to get attention.
Wrong with it,
Hey, that's one way to get attention, right?
Oh boy, yeah.
But it works well. You did at the Lectora User Conference. If you weren't there, you missed out on a good conference. But Renee, during the conference, was taking a lot of videos and a lot of pictures.
Yep.
And the last day, just a 2-day conference, and the last day in about, I don't know, what'd you do? Taking a lunchtime and did this? He put together a whole video real quickly of all the events that happened. It was really well done. That was fun.
I was there actually from day one in the morning, and I just shot a lot of video, a lot of picture, a lot of photos, and I just put it together, really quickly. I thought maybe I was looking at the previous LUCs, and there's a lot of video out there, but it wasn't really. I was thinking more like, okay, let's create like a quick video of all that happened in LUC. So I kind of want to create a sort of a survey video, all the things that I hope I didn't miss anybody, but I try to create sort of a survey of the event, so you can get a feel of what the LUC was like,
I have an idea.
LUC,
I have an idea. You might like this.
What,
Can you send me that video and we'll incorporate that into We're going to do a show with Stephanie Ivek pretty soon, who's running the LUC event. She's putting it
That's
all
right.
together.
And she's great. And
Maybe
she's great,
we
by
could,
the way.
because that was only about a
absolutely.
minute, right? 1 or 2 minute video.
Yeah. Well, you know,
I'd love
it's
to run that
just-
during her show. We could run that as, hey, here's what the last event looked like. This one's even going to be better.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
We'll have fun with that.
Absolutely, that's great, Rick. You know, actually, it's funny in terms of the timing. As you know, the concept of a song, right? You know, you don't want a song to be, longer than 3 minutes, right? So the same for video. Unfortunately, in our sort of short attention span generation, like a 3 videos, like, oh my God, do I have to really watch this movie? So we try to keep it under 3. Just.
Yep. It was good. I thought it was a lot of
Thank
fun, and
you.
the audience
Thank you.
reacted really well to it. So that was
Thank you.
that was well worth it. I was sitting there going, hey.
I always say when it comes to video, anybody can do a video. Anybody can be a director, because action is the easiest thing to direct, to shoot, right? Action. And but really, I found that sort of along the way that really sort of like the magic happens in the editing. You can take terrible video footage, like really terrible. Oh my God, bad lighting, whatever. But when it comes to editing, if you can make this edit work, you'll never know the difference. Like, you'll never know. Oh, but this video is pretty cool, or whatever, versus, you know what I mean? Like, so editing, I think is key.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And we're going to be at the next, I know Sergey is going to be there with Branch Track. We're going to be there again doing the LectoraLives on site. So that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And we should have a good time with that. We're going to bring some new cameras too. So I know you like cameras, so we can talk cameras when we're out there.
I was really, Rick, I was really impressed with your setup, man. Like the way Jackie showed me some of the stuff, but the other cameras, the other equipment that you brought in, I was like, wow, can I steal? What room are you staying? Can I steal some of this stuff? It's really good stuff. Really good stuff.
No, we have a guard. We have a guard person. She's tough.
Right.
That would be my wife. She's really tough. You don't want to mess with her.
I know.
The little short ones. Oh, tough. Really.
She's great.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we are just about out of time, and I'd love to thank you for coming. I know we've been trying to get you on for almost a year, so we finally got you on.
Oh, yeah. Rick, we've been busy.
I know you guys are busy.
A lot of stuff, and we've been really busy here. John Blackman, our CTO, he really he wants the best from us, So it's all about excellence, So he keeps us in our toes, to put the best product out. So.
Oh, you guys are lucky. He's a great guy to work with, and I think John's brilliant, and he's got a good idea of where things are going. And your team, when we went to the LUC, I really didn't know your team that well. I knew some of them, but I was so impressed with the quality and the collaboration you guys have. Not to mention, a lot of them, the older ones, have had 20 more years together.
Absolutely, so, and that is a key. That is really, really like a total advantage, right? Where you can actually look up to them like, wow, how did you solve this particular problem? Like they're all troubleshooters, by the way.
Yep.
And we're all just a really eclectic bunch, we all have areas. We're not just programmers and designers or product managers. We're all actually people that really have hobbies, have a life, right? So we're really, and it shows. Like Felipe Prieto, he's one of our venerable programmers, developers. Joe Wheelock, he's brilliant. Darren Lucan, I mean, from the LO and LD side. Yep. These are the guys that you get to hang out with, and I feel really privileged to be working with them. You learn a lot from them, and
you do, and there's a good synergy with all of you guys.
Yes,
I think it's wonderful. It's one of the best teams I've ever run into, and the personalities are good. Like you said, you're real people.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, you're geeks, but you're real geeks.
I always say, it's really John Blackman's fault, because he likes to keep a very tight ship, but he also, we play and we also play hard. So,
Hey,
so
I heard he's one of the best at foosball.
Yeah. Oh my God, you have no idea. He is like, I kind of stopped playing because I just kind of gave up. I can't save my life playing for this foosball, but
you're letting the old guy beat you. I don't know. You guys gotta, you have to rise up.
Chess is my game, but
chess. So I'll play you chess next time. I'm sure Sergey's.
Yeah,
Sergey, do you play chess?
Yes, I do, and I'm more of a chess person than football person. My reaction is just too slow.
Yeah, I mean, you're Russian descent. The Russians have chess in their DNA. It's there. Very good players.
Oh, Sergey, you're from Latvia, and it occurs to me one of my chess heroes actually from Latvia, from Riga, Mikhail Tal. I'm sure you've heard of him.
yes,
one of the world
this
champions, yeah, of
is,
course. 62,
yeah, this
63.
is an absolute celebrity of
Yep.
older days, and there's a whole championship devoted
Right, a
to
Tom
Tom
Memorial,
Hague.
right, exactly.
That championship was my first time I actually went out to a big chess event, and I saw all the
Nice.
major like top 5
Nice.
players in the world, and that they like couldn't be more impressed. Yeah,
That is awesome.
I know.
Well,
I saw the
synonymous
DP.
to Bobby Fischer, right? 1972. How Fischer took chess by storm, and so that became really the, it really brought chess to the forefront of the United States. And then after that, it's just like,
You know what's funny? You guys are young, and those are the guys I grew up with. And it's amazing. You guys still study the old masters, and there was Kasparov, and I mean, there was some really incredible players.
Yeah.
I used to love chess, and now I can't find anybody to play with, so I'm as rusty as all else.
Right.
Because nobody wants to play anymore. It's like, I want to play chess. No, I'm tired.
It's a very demanding game. Yeah, definitely. Very demanding.
We should get an online chess game going. I heard there's quite a few places you can set up the online games, and they could be fun.
It's all bots. It's all bots now. Everybody's playing with computers.
That's true.
I know. There's a lot of cheating going on too. So yeah.
So anyway, well, look, we really appreciate you coming on, Sergey. As always, good to see you.
Thank you for having us. Yeah, thank you.
And we'll see everyone next week on LectoraLive. Have a good one, everyone. Thanks again, guys.
Bye, Sergey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.